Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
When drunkenness meets intellectualness meets bro science, you get bro soup time. This is Dean and the Boys.
Oh, you damn right. Welcome back to Dean and the Boys. I am your host, Dean Mercer.
You were excited on that one.
I was very excited.
I got startled.
It's a late start. We got a late start today. Had to watch the old Final Four. But before we get started, Elite Eight, whatever.
Road to the Final Four.
Big basketball guy over there.
Hashtag big sports guy. So, we have the beautiful Ryan Heathman.
Oh, hang on.
Let's go.
Love it. What's going on, guys?
We have Mr. Slut.
What's up?
And we have Big Bad Bab.
Much happier this week. Than
So,
last.
what's going on, guys?
Not much, man. Just great weekend of basketball. Actually, just got done watching a pretty damn good game, KU and Duke. It was a good game.
That was a great game. Absolutely.
How's everyone's week?
The week wasn't too bad. Hectic with work stuff, but once Thursday hits, you know you're kind of over the hump, and then luckily we had basketball and stuff coming on. So K-State did us proud, got us to the Elite Eight. Couldn't get over that hump because for some reason we like to stand around the perimeter and just dribble and chuck up 40-foot threes. But no, I mean Loyola's a good team, so I can't complain too much. But would have been nice to get that Final Four, but happy with a team that was supposed to finish 8th in the conference going to the Elite Eight and making it to the top final 8 teams in the country. It's a pretty cool deal.
It's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. What about you, E? How's the week?
It was a pretty slow week. Nothing major happening this week. Just living to the weekend. Just hoping they finally get here.
I love the fact that the Missouri guy at the table's trolling with a Duke hat. Like it would have been even better if Duke would have won. Like
I was
When I
wearing
first-
it no matter what.
When he pulled up, I seen the Duke hat and I was like, "This motherfucker's just trolling."
I wasn't sure. I was kind of waiting to see how long Jason was going to figure it out, and boom. Like first thing he said was, "Take that thing off." But they won, so KU won, so whatever. I've had this hat for like 10 years, and I was cleaning today and I found it. I was like, "Shit, that thing's still in good shape. I'm gonna wear it."
Like why did you have? I mean, as a Mizzou fan, like why just a random Duke hat?
I have lots of random hats. I have
That's
an
true. You
Ohio
do have an
State hat.
Ohio State hat too.
I-
Ultimate bandwagon hat collector.
Not really.
Shots
No.
fired.
I mean,
Well, no, I mean like those are like the band. I'm not calling him a bandwagoner. I'm just saying like those are the bandwagon teams that people always try to latch onto.
is it Ohio State and Duke really bandwagon jumping teams? I
Duke for
consider-
basketball, Ohio State football, absolutely.
No, I'm not a big Ohio State football fan. I'm not a fan of any of them, honestly.
Just like the hats,
Yeah,
big
just
hat
like
guys.
Big hat guy.
wear a lot of
Big hat guy.
Got to keep my variety of hats going. You know?
I respect that. I'm a big hat guy as well. I go for the trucker look though, the mesh backs. Those are my favorite. I'm not a flat bill guy.
I look like shit in a hat.
Yeah.
It shows off
Babe.
my giant dome.
I never wear a hat.
I bought
Never wear
I have a
hats.
Duke shot glass as well. So, but I bought that because any place I go when I travel for work, I buy a shot glass.
I do the same
that
thing.
area. So
Try to collect them as much as possible. I want to do build like a little shelf or like display thing that I can put them all in and have it like backlit so you can see them. But that requires me to actually do work, and I just want to be a lazy piece of shit, to be honest.
My parents have that with the Harley Davidson chips. Anywhere they go to a Harley dealer and you can buy like a poker chip.
Oh, really?
You know, the display case.
Does it have like
shit.
the city or whatever that it's on? That's pretty cool.
Yes, sir.
90% of my shot glasses are bought in airports normally. I always
Yeah.
forget until like the last minute. I'm like, shit.
I'll buy them at like a sporting game or like if I go like when I was in Minnesota, I went to a Timberwolves game, so I bought one there. But mine, I'm the same way. Like I'm getting ready to leave. I'm like, damn it, I completely forgot to buy a shot glass. Better run to this gift shop over here in the airport and spend like $40 on a shot glass real quick.
I go to Atlanta a lot, so I have a bunch of Atlanta stuff. I need to figure that whole situation out.
You buy one every. So if you go to Atlanta like 5 times, you buy 5 shot glasses.
It depends if like I don't always.
Do
but
you
if I
really?
go-
That seems silly.
No, I mean it depends. Like last time I went to a Hawks game.
so you bought a Hawks one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Th-
and
th-
so-
that's fair then. Yeah, I would do that too.
But otherwise, I bought a Georgia one when I was there, and then I think I have a I have a Braves one because I went to a Braves game when I was there one time. So
how was that new stadium down there? Because that just opened a couple years ago, didn't it, for the Braves?
it opened. It went open up last summer.
Last summer?
So and that's when I went. It was all right. It was kind of I don't know. I expected more, because it's a brand new stadium, but it was kind of they did it to kind of make it kind of like old school. But
Do the
outs-
Braves and the Falcons play at the same spot? Because I know they got
No,
a new
no,
stadium
they got
too,
their own.
didn't they?
No, that one's actually
Yeah, that one's brand new
when I was
too.
in
Yeah.
Atlanta most recently. The client was right across from I think it's the Mercedes-Benz dome, and it's like right outside. It's super cool looking. In Atlanta, the Braves stadium is actually in the suburbs. They actually built like around it. And the thing is like the pavilion area is really cool. It's just like Power and Light, but literally like this stadium's like basically attached to it. Like you walk up, like they still have the check-in area with their all that kind of stuff with their tickets and stuff like that. But you can literally walk from a bar, and then with your beer, and be in line basically. You're basically
To get
in
into
line.
the stadium.
Yeah, it's super cool, and it's just like P&L, it's outside area, but that's like the whole thing. And it's
So
just
imagine
surrounding the stadium.
imagine P&L being attached to the Sprint Center, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Like,
wish
if
we
you
had
have
something like that, like a downtown stadium. I think that'd be so cool.
I disagree.
Yep.
I'm a big
For baseball.
I'm a big fan
For
of it too.
baseball.
I think it'd be so cool. I mean, I love the tailgating atmosphere, like at Arrowhead.
That's what you'll miss if you have a downtown stadium.
But I mean,
Well,
dude,
if-
people really don't tailgate as much for baseball.
Then you don't go to baseball games that I go to because there's tailgaters out there like
Okay,
crazy.
well,
I feel like you guys go to the exact same baseball games.
Well, you have to take off work to tailgate. You don't have to do that for Chiefs games. Most games are at 7:00, and most of the time it's hot as balls during the summer, and I don't want to tailgate in that kind of temperature. So it's a different kind of thing. And you could still have like a setup in like a downtown stadium where it's not like tailgating, you're just tailgating in a bar. It's because it's so hot normally on most games, and they start at 7, so you have to get there so early to get a real tailgate, like a Kansas City tailgate.
I do that. I'm one of those guys that gets there early and tailgate. I enjoy it.
But you can't do it for every game.
Yeah.
Like
Most of those games I go to, I try to get out there at least 2-3 hours early to get a grill going or some beers. And
I would probably go to way more Royals games if it was downtown.
well, you also work downtown, so it'd be a
I
lot
don't work
easier for
downtown
you.
anymore.
Well, you used to.
Yeah,
But like for the
still-
people that do work downtown, it'd be a lot easier for them to go.
or even
yeah.
if it was just closer.
But still, I feel like that would help attendance anyways because everybody's so close. More people would go.
I doubt I'd go to more games if it was downtown. I'd probably go to less
But
because
there's-
I hate going downtown, like
But it-
with a passion.
But it would be
Yeah.
more
I
convenient
love
for
going
more
downtown.
people if it was downtown.
But it's not convenient for me, and I hate that.
That's fair.
Very
That's
selfish.
Got to worry about number one.
I'm just saying it'd be a lot of money getting poured back into Kansas City.
It would. I think
Just-
so
That'd be
too.
awesome. What about you, Jason? How was your week?
Fucking shitty. No, I'm just kidding.
Shitty.
Shitty.
I just got back, from spring break, so kind of smacked me in the face a little bit.
How many boobs did you see from spring break?
None.
I showed you one boob.
Did you?
Yeah, you weren't looking, but you showed.
So now you're going back to school. You're
Yeah,
back in
Back
session,
in
whatever.
Session sucks, but whatever. KU won though, so that made the whole week worth it.
Well, hell, we
KU
keep talking
won.
about it, so let's
KU's
just bust
on the
right into
way.
it. We had
Final
other
Four.
news stories, but we'll just bust right into it.
Yeah, we got I already talked about half of it.
Yeah.
We already talked about K-State. We already
Back
talked about KU.
back to San Antonio.
Back
Is
to
that where
it.
they won
That's
their
where they
national
won the
championship?
National championship last
Shit.
time in 08.
Damn it, it's lining up again. Fuck.
Yep.
But hey, you want the Big 12 to do good?
No, I
God,
don't.
He
You know,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Hey,
Like,
it was
that's what
hard
she
for
said.
me to cheer for K-State the other night. I wanted them to win though.
Dude, Babs was cheering louder than
Goddamn.
anybody in the whole place.
That is true, but they were also down by like 20 when Bab was like
Yeah.
going nuts, and I'm sitting there like, this is I hate this.
Yeah,
I hate
but
my
you were
life.
saying that the moment I got to the
Yeah,
bar, and they were
from
only
the
down like
beginning of
8.
the game.
Yeah, but if you've been watching the game, we weren't rebounding. We weren't
Yeah.
running any kind of offense. Our offense fucking blows. It's literally dribble around the top of the key for 25 seconds, chuck up a 3, and then nobody can rebound. Mayween got outplayed by that 18-year-old Shrek-looking motherfucker.
Yeah, that
Like,
dude.
Just
Who, the fat boy?
Twinkle
yeah,
toes.
big man. I mean, I'm not going to hate on the big guy because I'm a big guy, but fuck that guy, man. And you know who else? Fuck Sister Jean. I'm going to say it. Like,
Whoa,
I'm
whoa,
sorry.
whoa.
Like, I want so
Can we cut that?
no, we can't. No, fuck it. Like, I wanted like Ernie Barrett, who, for people that don't know, Ernie Barrett's nickname is Mr. K-State. Played basketball at K-State, went to Final Four, national championship. Played against Kentucky, lost to Kentucky, but he was injured. But I just wanted him to pick up the wheelchair and just like power bomb her through a table. Like, I don't care. Like,
Damn.
Damn, man.
But now you know
Tell
what?
us how
What
you really
did
feel.
she do to you?
She got God on their side, which is not fair. That's what
I
happened.
thought
Like,
maybe you had a bad touching situation earlier as a
bad
child.
touching. Is that a Catholic joke?
Yes.
You know I'm Catholic, man. Fuck
So am
off.
I. So am I.
Okay, we're good. No, we're good. No, but damn it. Yeah. Again, they overachieved though. I think if we would have played Virginia instead of the UMBC Retrievers, we probably would have lost in the round of 32, but they didn't. I mean, they got a damn good win against Kentucky. I was expecting us to get rolled.
That was a
so
great game.
That one turned out pretty well, but
Wasn't everybody? Everyone was expecting Kentucky to win.
They had I think they had like a
favored.
6.5 point line on that game. We were dogs 6.5 points.
Yeah, a lot of that's based on the name now.
True.
Because so much money is going to come in on Kentucky when it's against a team like K-State. But
Really, yeah.
you guys played really good. I mean, they
Really,
looked
what
good.
it came down to was Kentucky played like a bunch of freshmen, and I mean, yes, they probably. I mean, obviously they care. They're competing, but they don't have the same amount of grit or I guess like drive as I think a senior would that's been around for a while or a junior. Because hell, 3 of them are probably going to the NBA. So, well, it's over now. It's time to make millions of dollars in the NBA now. So. In K-State, we don't have anybody like that, so it was more of a they didn't want their season to end, or I felt like they I don't want to say cared more, but there was a little bit more drive, I think, from a K-State standpoint.
That Kentucky just can't shoot from the outside.
Yeah.
They just don't shoot 3-pointers. It's like they drive to the basket. They just
Or
have no
free
shooters.
throws.
Yeah.
My God, I don't remember what that guy's name was, but dude was like
This is
6.
Washington?
Was it
I think
Washington?
it was Washington.
He was like 6 for 22 or something like that. The dude just
wow.
like every time he stepped to the line, just like. I don't had an orgasm and forgot how to shoot. Like,
Whoa.
I don't know what the hell. Like,
That's some awesome free throw shooting. What's going on there?
I want to play in that league. Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have never quit playing basketball.
No, every time he went to like shoot a free throw, like he jizzed in his pants and like just threw the
Still
ball
going
off
with
against the rim. Yeah, screw it. I'm going to run with it. Yeah, absolutely.
So let me ask you this: I was at work and everyone was talking about it, the win over Kentucky, and they were saying, "Oh, this Bruce Weber. Are you still a big Bruce Weber guy?"
It's hard to dog on the guy for going to the Elite Eight with your best player hurt, and again, supposed to be like bottom of the Big 12. With that being said, the true Bruce came out again during the Loyola game where he had the original plan didn't work, then he didn't make any in-game adjustments until about 6 minutes left in the game, which the changes should have happened in the first half or at least at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have to watch us dribble around the top of the key for 25 seconds and chuck up a last-second shot like anymore, it's so damn frustrating.
Yeah.
Like, have some kind of offensive game plan, and he does not. Like that, and that's what drives me nuts about him.
I hope they give him a really long extension.
Fuck off.
Lifetime contract.
Lifetime contract. I think I shut that out. on
Yeah, I
DMS's
saw you-
thing.
Oh, man.
Well, I gotta.
Mainly just so you
3 years.
always will keep doing his impression because it's dead. It's
I know we tried really hard tonight. And we won the play hard chart, and we got a couple good rebounds. And that Loyola Chicago team's really good. And God, fuck off, Bruce.
I'm so glad we had Weber on today. I didn't know he was coming.
But no, I mean, I
That's
actually
good.
got a text from a buddy of mine right before we started talking, and I tried to find it, but I couldn't. But I guess somebody tweeted out that he is a candidate for the Pitt job right now. So
Really?
Pitt, take him, please. Like, I mean,
I think they call that a soft landing, is where you take a job to get an extension and just, even though it's probably a lateral move because obviously Pitt and K-State's about the same kind of job, but when you got a fan base that basically for the most part hates you, even though you went to the Elite Eight, it's a bad idea.
yeah, but he didn't really. But it took him 6 years to do anything, and he had a good team when he came in, and just kind of like drove the program into the ground after Frank's players left, then started to kind of rebuild it back up. And I mean, it took him 6 years to get a tournament win. I don't count the play-in game as a tournament win.
It's a win.
No, it's
It's
a
a
chance
win.
to play in the tournament. That's what I
It's
consider
not like you're
it
beating a
as.
16 seed. That's a less of a win than
We beat an 11 and then got rolled by Cincinnati.
yeah, but it's still beating somebody that's worth a shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who's left? Who do we got?
Final
First of all,
four.
Yeah.
who won between you guys in the bracket?
I did.
He's winning. Ryan was in there too, and
Ryan was in there,
Yeah,
too.
and Bronson.
Bronson, who once again is not here. We miss you, Bronson.
Thoughts and prayers? No, he's just working. Nothing
Yeah.
bad happened.
Is there something I didn't know? I got nervous. So yeah, Jason, I think is gonna win. I'm gonna do the math.
I'm pretty sure I've won.
He pretty much won.
I was
Pretty
done
sure
after the
I
round of
won.
32. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't get one Final Four team. I got maybe like 2 of the Elite Eight teams. Like, I didn't take any really big risks with the brackets this year, and that just proved to be completely wrong considering like the whole left side of the bracket blew up.
Yep. Yep.
But
That was wild.
So who's left? Final four. Who's left?
Loyola,
we got
Chicago.
is it Sister Jean?
Yeah.
The Fighting Sister Jeans.
Yep, that's all that matters. She's going to be there.
Fighting
Yeah.
Sister
I mean,
Jeans.
Michigan's fucked.
Yeah. They should change their mascot. I don't even know what
Yep.
it is, but it's the
It's
Fighting Sister-
Lobos, I think.
Yep, Sister
Something.
Jeans is way better.
Yeah,
The Sister
definitely
Jeans.
Sister Jeans.
And she rolls out
Yep.
and she leads them onto the court by rolling out and like doing like donuts in the center court.
Does
She's
she
kind of
really?
awesome, dude. She like writes
That's
notes
awesome.
to each of the players and stuff like that. She's a pretty cool chick.
Nice lady.
Wow, dude, you're definitely going to hell with Mercer.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So Sister Jeans.
Sister Jeans against
And
Michigan.
Wolverines.
Michigan looks like
They're
real
good.
good.
They
Who do we
couldn't-
got in that game?
I've got Michigan
I
winning.
can't go against God now. Like
Now you're,
Well, you kind of already did, so
Yeah.
yeah, you can.
no.
I feel like you should probably go all in at this point.
Yeah, Loyola looks. I mean, what they lose to UMKC or almost lost to UMKC at the beginning of the year.
Oh, I have no
Mm.
idea.
I think I saw that. Like they struggled to put up like almost 40 points against UMKC or something.
Really?
But they and it's
Dude.
also like kudos to the two guards. They're from Blue Valley. They're local kids, so I kind of
Shout out,
They're
BD.
playing so fucking good though, dude. They are shooting
They-
lights
they
out.
couldn't miss
and They
anything.
are fucking. They also have the ability to drive too.
and they
which
got
is
God.
impressive, man. And yep, Sister Jean's praying for him.
Yeah,
So,
Sister Jean, she's gonna be a saint someday.
but yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got Kansas and Villanova.
That's gonna be a
Woo!
hell of a
That's
game.
gonna be a great game.
God
Nova
damn.
looked so good today.
I
They're
cannot
gonna
wait.
Nova.
KU's gonna have to have the same kind of game they did against Duke, and Newman's gonna everybody's gonna have to hit because
Yeah.
Nova's offense is
Yeah.
just insane.
Svi did not. Well, he was not able to hit today though. He played well.
Well,
but
he hit the
just
big-
wouldn't
the
go.
big one
He
that
hit
sent
the
it to
one that
overtime.
counted, but that was like his only three. I think maybe he had one or two this game.
Watching that game, I just kept waiting for. I kept thinking, when's Graham gonna take this game over?
Yeah.
And he didn't. But, I
No.
mean,
But
Newman
Malik Newman stepped
Yeah,
up and
he-
fucking did,
wow.
dude. Oh my god.
He might have made himself some money because he looked
Yeah.
real good.
So
He
what's
was
our pick for that
dominating.
game?
Kansas.
Nova.
I got Kansas
I think
winning
Nova.
it all.
I think Nova's got him.
I got Kansas
So,
going all the way.
I know nothing, so but I'm gonna go with Kansas.
Yeah.
I'm a Kansas dick rider.
Did we decide on who?
A lot of
the
KU
other part
guys,
of it.
A lot of KU people.
So
are.
we got
Do what?
half
Hashtag
Nova, half
2018.
Kansas, obviously, because we got some homers and
Mhm.
some anti-KU people here. I just think Nova's a really good team.
They are good though. I'm not
I'm-
fucking knocking
I think they
them,
match
but
up really well against Kansas too because
It's
they
gonna
can
be
play
a
small
fun
with them.
game.
I'm not saying that I'm rooting for KU. I mean, it'd be nice to have the Big 12 do something and get some money for the conference, but I'm like Eric. Nova just looks so damn good, and Azubuike needs to stop fouling.
That's a name. I like that name.
Doku Azubuike.
I'm gonna go get my Nova hat tomorrow. I think.
Gonna go dig that out, dust it off,
I actually just got a
I don't
notification.
actually have one of those. I'm actually gonna have to purchase that one.
and you're gonna purchase that on Amazon by going to brosouptime.com, clicking on the microphone in the top right hand corner.
Boom.
He's gonna type in Villanova hat, and then he's gonna add it to his cart. He's gonna check out, and they're gonna send a little bit back to us.
Thank you for walking us through that.
Yeah,
How to-
Yep.
how to
I
make
might
it
call you
Amazon.
tomorrow. To
That's what's
help
gonna
you out at the
happen. I'm available to do that sort of thing. So go to Amazon, guys.
You got a lot of time on your hands.
I just got a notification about the Final Four. Out of 17.3 million brackets, 550 picked Loyola, Michigan, Nova, and KU to make the Final Four.
I just missed.
Wow.
I missed.
How many?
Loyola. I had Miami.
550 out of 17.3 million.
Wow,
Kansas,
that's pretty wild.
Kansas cost me a lot of money. I had Duke in a lot of brackets. That could have ended well for me.
So 550 Loyola Chicago alumni picked them to go to the Final Four as a joke, and it ended up working out. That's
Yep.
probably what happened.
Yep.
That is bonkers. That is a hell of a.
You gonna do the
Disparity.
quick math?
No, I'm gonna switch to something else.
You're gonna
Okay.
switch to something else.
Switch to something
Before
else.
we do, who was our other side? So we got on the Michigan Loyola. Who did you guys say? Sorry, I'm losing my voice.
I have Michigan
said
winning.
Michigan?
I got Michigan.
Fighting
Kansas
Sister
in the
Jeans.
national championship.
I'm gonna cheer for the.
I just like the
Sister
name,
Jeans,
so I'm gonna go Sister Jeans.
but I think Michigan's gonna do it. But I'm gonna cheer for
The room is split again, right?
Yeah.
Michigan,
50-50.
Sister Jeans.
Yep.
And my opinion holds weight.
Big NCAA guy.
Yeah.
Big sports guy.
Big
Okay.
sports guy.
So I don't know if you guys heard this or heard about this message this guy got on Twitter.
Creepy as fuck.
This cryptic message. I'm gonna play it for you guys. I'm not gonna play all of it. I'm gonna play most of it, and you guys just give it a listen and be creeped out.
This is not a joke. Over the past several years, we have been wanting to send an automated voice message to people who understand and are not afraid. One message at a time will make many know the truth. The truth that other biological beings have been walking this supreme creation that sustains life. Earth, a planet created just like our own. With technological advancements, you as the human race have kept yourselves strong and living. But as chaos comes to your planet, we must show ourselves to prove that there are different ways to keep peace. Many do not agree with what we say, so they may hunt us down. Your accomplishments are as follows. You have created religions on a biased, unrealistic God. Have created a government that is corrupted and will fall soon. Your weaponry is only advanced by our technology, which you have scavenged from our own. The liquid lands you call your oceans contain many secrets, including some spacecraft drowned and sunk into the abyss. We will make ourselves known to the best of our utmost capabilities. Clear your airspace or face consequences. November.
Yikes.
Oscar. November. Echo. India.
And it goes on and on like that until I guess it spells out, or someone deciphered it or whatever, and it says, no one is safe anymore.
And what is that? Was that? What are they saying? How does?
Yeah,
what are
I
you
don't
becoming-
understand. What
yeah.
is what happened? Like someone just had that on their phone?
It got
On
sent
his
to the
phone.
yeah,
He
it got
got-
sent to his phone. Like it was
yeah,
a
it got
voice
sent to
message
his
sent to his phone.
by a 13-year-old or something?
With a
Sounds like a
computer,
little
yep.
13-year-old kid, like a 13-year-old.
But
robot
then
kid.
he also received, let's see, a number sequence that appears to be coordinates that led to a location in Africa, which is roundabouts where the Malaysia Flight 370 vanished off the radar.
Okay.
So people are like, is it aliens? Like
Grab
somebody
the
sending
plane
that?
or something.
He also got a message that was in Indonesian that read, in the post you just shared about your recording, about the recording.
I'm getting chills.
Yeah.
It's it's creepy as fuck.
He also got Morse code, and people deciphered it and says April 18, 2018.
It's the day we get back from the day after we get back from Mexico.
Yeah, so have a great time in Mexico. Do all the cocaine.
So much cocaine.
So
I've
they
never
did
actually
but it
done.
says-
April
I've never
18.
done
Hang on.
cocaine.
It says
I might
April
now.
18, 2018 is the next rapture. They are taking over. I have more pictures on my phone because I was tired of writing shit down.
What they also, if you also heard it said you base your religion off of an unrealistic God. Sister Jean is so pissed right now. Like,
She does not appreciate
Sister Jean
that.
will protect us. Well, I'm okay.
yeah, we
So I
got
guess-
Sister
Feel better
Jean on
now.
our side.
I guess other people deciphered it and took it differently, like took some of those number sequences differently.
Yeah.
So it says S danger SOS, and they say that means that it's just a repeating message. That first S is actually the last S of the SOS.
yeah, right.
So it's just repeating. It says, "It is dire for you to evacuate. Be cautious. They are not human." And yeah, that
We are
is-
not alone.
It also, someone decoded the Morse code and said, message received is well related to Stephen Hawking's death. You are not ready to face them. Stephen Hawking did say something bad was going to happen in 2018. So are we all dead?
April 18th.
Are we just living a lie at this point?
Get your doomsday stuff together. I got my plan.
Ooh,
What's your plan?
So,
it doesn't really. I don't know. There's not like
Mostly
You
mostly butt stuff.
so you're telling me that you
following
don't
Dennis
think
Goebel.
that- you don't think that guy made that?
Oh, hang on, real quick.
Well, he had to deactivate his account because he got so many like death threats and shit because of all of this.
And he reactivated it. He got a lot of homophobic stuff. If you get a picture of him, you're like, that guy, he may maybe not have sucked a penis, but he seen one up close. You know what I mean? But the first thing where I got some of this information, I just Googled it, and the first one that popped up was Fox. So give me shit for that. But I click on the link to his account, go on it, and his first post is, Fox, if you could take down the link or take down the article linking my account to your page. I don't want anyone from Fox coming over. Anyway, I thought that was funny. So I dug into it a little deeper. A couple days before all this happened, he was, for some reason, sitting in his car in front of his house. A guy walked up, took a picture of the house with the flash on.
At like 3 a.m.
At 3 a.m. First of all, I want to know, why is homeboy just hanging out in his car? And what the fuck is up with other homeboy with the flash taking pictures of his house? Is this just a prank?
I don't. It's too much. I don't want to. Do we even need to like release this show because we're talking about it? Like, are we gonna have somebody take pictures at our house now?
Dude, I'm.
Can we sleep at your house, Eric?
What? Why my house?
No, fuck you guys. You're on your own.
No, that's fine. Strength in numbers, right?
But how creepy is that?
No, I'm.
I guess, man. I don't know. I have
hitting
a
the
hard
highway.
time
I
You just think
in
it's
the
a
middle of
hoax?
I think it's a hoax, but we'll
Really?
find out, dude, on April 18th.
Because he didn't seem into it. I mean, well, I guess, that's how you would.
That's how you'd probably play it.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, like you said, it also mentioned the Malaysian flight that went down. People, I mean, it's so many damn conspiracy theories are going around about this stuff right now. But I read something that people think that whole like "be ready, they're not human" or whatever the code that came out was something
Bigfoot.
bigger that. Well, Bigfoot's real. Everybody knows that.
Yep.
But it was something bigger
right in
that
front of
like,
us.
and they mentioned that they actually know where that flight went down at, and they can see it. There was some like Google Map thing that you can look at, or whatever, that looks like there's a plane sitting like right underneath the water. But supposedly, again, conspiracy theorists go crazy for this stuff. But supposedly, the plane is like riddled with bullet holes, and they think that that's part of the reason why it hasn't been quote unquote found.
Well, so I just assumed that if a message like that came out, it would go to multiple people and not just one person.
It did.
It
It
did.
did.
It went, yeah.
It went to multiple people.
More people came out and said like, yeah, we got this too. Like, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Okay, now I'm terrified. So I'm gonna make
Okay,
sure.
cool.
I-
You
yeah,
confirmed it.
yeah.
I'm terrified.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make sure my car's full of gas for when we get back from Mexico, so I can drive to the middle of nowhere, and that's my Tuesday.
That's where you
Dennis
go.
Goebel, if you're listening, we are coming with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Staying at your house. We're going to the lake.
We've already talked about our friend's dad has like this zombie apocalypse like plan already set in stone if something like that did happen. He's like, got a giant pool in the backyard. I just fill it with fresh water. I got so many guns and ammo that I'll be good. And if anybody comes to try to take stuff, I'm like, fuck yeah, Dennis, I'm coming with you. Like, we're rolling out. Let's
Yeah.
do this.
I spent an entire 8-hour shift at work. Me and one other guy created our zombie apocalypse plan.
What's yours?
It's elaborate.
I'm into
It
it.
takes some people. So it all goes down. I think I'm tasked with I have to go get a garbage truck with the front end deal.
The front end, like,
So it dumps behind you, you know. I have to get that. Homeboy, other
Have
guy.
you already looked into that? Do you know where to get one?
No, I
Okay.
got
We got to get.
I was
We have
gonna say,
we have an assignment
very
for this
little
week.
time. Yeah.
We have homework.
And then he was supposed to go get a gas tanker. His brother gets a diesel tanker.
Just where you gonna get it?
Steal it.
Where? It's gonna be around.
You've seen
don't
him.
ask clarifying
Yeah.
questions.
You just have to know
That's-
where they are. You
That's
just
a
find
question
one.
for them. I'm the trash truck guy. I know where Deffenbaugh is.
Yeah, when it goes down, you just have to know where one is.
Oh yeah.
The other details, you'll figure it out.
So
as
then we go to the Walmart on Shawnee Mission Parkway.
Oh, it's a mistake.
Hang on. I realized the flaws later, but this would be cool if it worked. Take over that Walmart, secure it. Then you also have to secure the Lowe's next to it. Okay? And they have all the materials you need to board up all the windows, concrete all the windows, the doorways and
you need
everything.
a small army involved in this.
Kind of, sort of.
Well, yeah, dude.
It's going to take a minute. It's going
not
to take a minute.
realistic.
And then you get all the chain link and you build a tunnel to that Lowe's. So then you're just walking freely.
Back and forth between
and
Lowe's
forth.
and
It's like
Walmart.
months and months of.
It's a big project,
That's
but
a
if-
huge
if-
undertaking.
Yeah, but everybody's first reaction if something like that did happen is go to Walmart and just load up. Like, so you're gonna.
But
have
I'm
to
going to kill all of them.
That's a lot of fucking people.
Yep. Yep.
That's. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to do like The Walking Dead, and I'm going to string up the walkers along the perimeter. So, to stop people from coming after me.
I'm getting out of town as
Yeah,
quickly as I
I'm
possibly
getting-
can.
Yep.
I
and
no,
figuring it out from
as it went by, as time has gone by, I realized that's not the best plan.
Yep.
I'm going to mom and dad's and just hanging out.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
Immediately you get out of town. That's the plan for
Get
me.
as far away from the traffic as you possibly can, and then start to figure it out from there.
But my problem
Then
is
root and pillage in small areas where there's less people. that are
take
coming
over
in
that
too.
Walmart is what
Yep,
you're saying.
exactly, exactly. Take over the Walmart on the way to the lake,
There you go.
or just steal everything from that Walmart.
Yeah, I'm stealing everything. But also, my problem getting to mom and dad's even, I have to go by Fort Leavenworth.
Yeah.
That place would be locked the fuck down.
True.
And people
It's
will be
weird.
trying to get there.
I just watched Zombieland last night. This is funny.
Great
Really.
movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Woody Harrelson.
Bill fucking Murray. I know it's not your middle name. So, last week we had an asshole afoot in Texas.
Asshole of the week,
I think of the year.
of the year.
Maybe? I don't know.
It's
is
up there.
He's
Is
a
it me?
fucking dickhead.
Are you guys talking about me?
No, his name is Mark Anthony Condit. He's 23, and he was the guy that was blowing shit up in Austin.
The Austin City bomber. That dude.
Targeting minorities
Well,
too. Is what it
They
sounded
they
like.
said it was in primarily minority areas.
The first two were. The second one was just like or the third one was like a tripwire that he set up on a for sale sign right next to a kids at play thing.
Yeah.
And then a couple other they found like 2 or 3 more that were going to be mailed somewhere.
Yeah, he got caught. So I don't know.
Blew himself up.
I don't know how they found him. So it was a 3-week spree that killed 2 people. And how he got caught is he went into a FedEx.
Yeah.
I guess he was going to mail a bomb.
Yeah.
And he had pink gloves on and a blonde wig and a hat. And then they tracked him from there. And I guess
They found they saw what kind of car he was driving, and then he went to they got the license plate off of that, and they ran that, and they saw him go to the Lowe's, and they basically tried to search where you could find these pink gloves, and I guess not very many people have these specific type of gloves he was wearing, so he kind of got caught because he was being a dumbass and tried to buy really rare shit. If you're gonna, not saying giving you people pointers on how to commit crimes, but if you're gonna do something, don't buy something that's really rare and easy to track down.
Yeah.
But
Have you been thinking about this?
yeah,
Just one eye on
allegedly.
Ryan from now on.
allegedly.
But no, so he went to that Lowe's and they saw it, got the license plate again, and then they got a warrant to search his phone and confirm that he was in the location of all the bombs that went off.
Yeah, and before they found him, before they caught up with him, a couple hours before, he made a 25-minute confessional video where he called himself a psychopath.
Yeah.
But there's still no motive.
Yeah, they don't know if they'll ever find the motive because of that, but
Yeah, when they caught up with him, he blew himself up.
he like you said, made a 25-minute confessional video on, yeah, I did it. But he didn't say anything in the video about being racially driven or anything like that. I think he was just a fucking asshole, like you said. And he had 2 roommates too, and both the roommates got pulled in for questioning, but have been released and said that they might bring them back in. But if homeboy's building bombs, wouldn't you think you would have some kind of an idea of some shit was going on?
I feel like you would know if I was building bombs.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes I'll be out here tinkering around. You just come in and check. Hey man, what you doing?
Yeah.
You build bombs?
Yeah.
Building some
If
fucking bombs.
if you see me in here with the Instapot, you know something's up.
Yeah. Still need to test that Instant Pot, so I don't even know if it would work yet.
Yeah. Hashtag no free ads, but
So if this guy wouldn't have been asshole of the week, would you have nominated Sister Jean?
Yeah. Fuck. God damn it. Keep
bring it up
bringing her
again.
up.
That's a callback.
Yeah.
That's a callback. Oh, another thing I thought when I read his name, Mark Anthony Condit. Why do all the killers have 3 names?
That's a good question.
What other killers have? three
John
names?
Wayne Gacy.
Okay.
There's more.
Well, I mean, most people have middle
John
names.
Wilkes Booth.
Everybody has a middle name.
Well, I know
So
that, but I'm
it
just saying,
sounds-
most people aren't called by it.
Sounds a
I
little
don't-
more
I
intense.
don't
Do they
guess.
become called that after they do something fucked up? Or
I don't know
to-
because
because
they don't
well,
call him John Gacy. They
Yeah,
call him
but-
John Wayne Gacy.
Well, maybe they say John Wayne Gacy because if they just said John Gacy, there's more likely for that multiple people to have that name.
John
like
Wayne's
this.
a really good actor.
I'm just saying maybe they use all 3 of them to,
Distinguish.
but yeah, between the other ones they're
The
pulling
good
them out
John
there.
Gacy's
Yes, exactly. Otherwise, that
from
just
the
ruins
asshole
it.
John Gacy's.
Exactly.
That makes
Exactly.
sense. Let's move off this stuff.
Yeah, it's depressing as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm already planning on a move. I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, we
this kind of
we
stuff
we
to
kind of
happen.
got into some heavy shit here. We got aliens, the world ending on April
Yeah.
18th, and then straight to
Fuck,
bombs.
man. They're coming on April 18th.
Anyone have any
That's kinda
alien
wild.
stories?
No.
I do not. My
I wish I
dad
did.
has a very interesting one that he's told me in the past. So he went to school at K-State, and the drive out there, there's not a lot once you get west of Topeka. And this was probably 30 years ago now. But I guess they were driving up there late at night one night to get back, and out in the middle of this field, he just saw these. It was kind of a hovering light with blue and red, and it was just weird. The way he described it, he was like, it wouldn't have been a helicopter. The way it was kind of sitting there, it's clearly not a plane because planes wouldn't be out in the middle of the Flint Hills. But he wanted to go and investigate it, but my mom was like, no way in hell you're doing that, which I don't blame her. That's how you get abducted. That's how you die.
Yeah, that's probably a
So
good
you go
idea.
missing.
That's how exactly. That's how you
how you
get.
go
That's how you get
missing.
probed in the butt.
Yep.
But
Gary Bear.
Wait,
doesn't
that's
need no
how?
probes.
that's how.
Well, let me write that down.
But yeah, he said it was just a really weird kind of situation, and couldn't explain what it was.
Yeah, I don't have a ghost story either. I just want to know if you guys did.
There's a like a movie out there that's supposedly based off of true stuff.
Oh, you're talking about The Fourth Kind.
That movie's freaky as hell.
There's another one too. It's not The Fourth Kind, but it's about aliens like harassing this family, and they abduct one of the kids. I guess it's just been like a series of instances where like one of the kids in this family has gone missing.
Yikes.
Yeah,
I'll be
it's
sleeping with the
fucking
lights on
crazy.
tonight.
Yep.
It's
I'm
like
gonna
the-
come home and all the lights are gonna be.
I had a creepy kind of a ghost story.
Ooh, I like it. Go.
Well, I don't know.
We
It's
haven't
one of those
talked
ones where
about
I'm sleeping and so I'm sleeping in my room and all of a sudden I felt something like a pillow hit me in the face. Then it woke me up and I sit up and I see a figure in front of me kind of slowly fading away and I'm like, and
Oh,
I thought it was
I just got goosebumps,
dude,
dude.
I,
For real.
I thought it was my roommate, and I was like, Matt, what the fuck? And I'm like pissed, and it just keeps like floating away. Like I can't really see because my eyes are still getting accustomed to light or whatever. And like I'm like, Matt, fuck you. Why did you do that? And like there's somebody next to me, and I was hitting him. I was like, what the fuck? Do you see this? And like, and so
you didn't
as
just
my-
hang on. You didn't just think it was that person that hit you. You
No.
thought it was someone else came in.
No, because it was like they were on the right side of me, and it was like, and I could when I opened my eyes, the figure
Oh,
started
okay.
going away from me, and it like, as my eyes start coming to, I realized the door's closed, and so it couldn't have been my roommate because I didn't see the door, open back up or closed or anything like that. It was freaked me out. Like I literally got up and I was like, I couldn't sleep the rest of the night. It was terrifying.
That is terrifying.
As soon as you said like you saw it like start like moving back and fading away, like all the hairs on my body stood up.
I obviously
That's a lot
could've
of
just-
hair because
Yeah.
I'm a hairy man. But
That's terrifying.
is that the only
I,
thing you've ever had,
I mean, I've had other little ones where like I'll wake up and I think I see something, but it's
dude? Our old house.
yes.
That motherfucker was haunted.
Yeah, it was.
That
That's
motherfucker
true.
was haunted.
Okay, now, dude, I used to think you guys were home all the time when I would be like taking a
I just got
shower.
goosebumps because I'm gonna share a story next.
So I would be like in the shower,
I'm even
freaking
tearing
out.
I'm even tearing up.
and so I would literally come out of my room expecting everybody to be there, and the house was just vacant except for Lily. And another thing is Lily. I always used to catch Lily staring up the stairs, just staring up there.
when the dogs just stare at stuff, it freaks me
Dude,
out.
she does that
Dude.
anyways, but she would do it like a lot. Like she would sit at the bottom of the stairs and just stare upstairs at stuff, like a lot. Or like she would like be on the other side of the room and she would get up and walk over there and start staring upstairs. Creeped me
That
the
is
fuck out.
so creepy.
That
dude.
is-
That's so
okay.
creepy.
So
Oh
I just told this story on Mercer on Fire, which is available on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and everything else. It came out on Monday. It was an awesome interview with Craig Glazer and his comedian Billy Bazaar. You guys should go check that out. It's called Mercer on Fire. But I'm gonna share it here too. So I was at work and I was on my phone. Not supposed to be on your phone, and I feel like someone's watching me. So I look up and there's a building about like 50 yards away from me. I'm thinking maybe there's a foreman in there staring at me or something. So I just put my phone down, kind of look, see if I see him. See nothing. Go back to my phone. I still feel like someone's watching me. So I look over and I see like a shadow figure, like ducked behind something. And I thought it was somebody, so I went around to where they would have came out of, and there was no one there. Zero. So I went to break, went up, took a piss, didn't feel there was no one up there. I felt like someone was with me. Anyway, I get home. It was like Memorial Weekend or something. So you and Colby had already left. That was a Thursday night.
We went to the lake.
Yeah, you guys went to the lake with your lake friends.
Love my lake friends. Shout out to them.
So like I always did at the time, I took my shower, went over to the girlfriends, slept there. And at the house, like I wasn't alone. It was creepy as shit. So the next day, I'm at the house doing laundry and stuff, just hanging out. And I keep hearing people talk. And I would even mute the TV. And I'd hear like, he doesn't know we're here. He doesn't know we're here. Shh.
Duh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You never told me about this. I would have moved.
It was terrifying. So I don't say anything, even to my girlfriend. Don't say anything to her. So then that night we're cooking dinner and stuff. And you know how the house was laid out. I'm at the couch and we're watching TV, but I'm glued to the fireplace because it's glass and I can see behind me. Like I'm that freaked out, completely unprovoked. I still haven't told her anything. Completely unprovoked. She goes, "Does it feel like someone's staring at us?" And I come unglued.
Oh God.
I come unglued, and I tell her everything. Like I lose my breath. I get goosebumps. I start tearing up. Like it's fucking like when I get scared, That's what happens. I get goosebumps. I tear up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
crying because I'm scared.
Voice starts cracking.
Yeah.
God damn it!
So she goes, let's just go up to your room. So we go up to my room and we shut the door, and it feels like someone's just standing outside my door. And it is creepy. We get up the next morning, we go do like a family dinner or something, come back that night, completely different house. It was gone, whatever it was, and I felt completely different.
Ugh.
It is
That house was creepy in that way, though.
Well, she even told me a story one time. She was there, like doing laundry when I wasn't there or something, and she called me at work, and she never did that. So when I answered, she was like, "Stay on the phone with me." She was like, "I didn't feel alone. I was down in the basement doing laundry, and I came up, and she smoked weed. She was like, I came up to
Shout out to the weed smokers.
yeah." So I went up to grab my weed, and as soon as I bent down to grab it, she was like, something was on top of me. She's like, I turned around like maybe
Holy
Colby
shit.
just came home and just walked up behind me or something. She was like, but it was like on top of me.
Ugh.
So she was like, I grabbed it, and that's when I called you, and she's like, I'm just getting my laundry and I'm leaving.
That was
Yeah.
creepy.
Is that the Olathe house?
That's the old lady
Yeah.
house.
Shit was
It
We
might
did
have
some
been.
crazy parties there, and wow, yeah, that place was
Yeah,
always.
after those experiences, I can't ever believe I stayed in that basement by myself, sleeping. That is absurd.
Yeah, you used to stay there all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that shit. I believe in that shit. Like I don't fuck around with that at
dude.
all. Like that.
Yeah. Oh no. I'd leave. I'd
can't
be
believe
gone. I don't think I'd get my laundry. I wouldn't get it until someone else came home.
Yeah,
I'd
I
be
would.
like, I'm
Somebody would have to
leaving.
be in with me.
I wish Colby would have been here to
Someone's
tell
about to
some
kill
more of
me.
those stories.
Oh yeah.
We can have him tell him on the next week's podcast a little bit. We can dive in a little bit more because I've got a couple ghost stories too, but I'll save them. But
Oh, we should have a Halloween ghost story.
Halloween
time.
ghost story.
Boom.
Schedule
We're
it
planning ahead.
That's way ahead.
We're planning ahead.
The only thing that scares me about because we have talked about possibly doing like a haunted house type thing, like not like the ones in downtown Casey that you pay for, like a legit go to a haunted house.
Yeah,
that's
an
supposedly haunted.
investigation.
I'm a little nervous about doing that because I don't want something to fucking latch onto me and follow me home. There's so many stories out there, people that say that that's happened to. I'm like, duh.
Yeah.
And they have some quirky shit they tell you to do, like to
Make
prevent
sure that it doesn't happen.
Well, like you have to walk backwards out of the house. Like, what the fuck's that gonna do? But they
Yeah.
say that's a thing.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. But let's move off creepy shit so I can stop having goosebumps.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. And you work night shifts. So I'm gonna be at the house by myself now.
Oh,
So
no.
Did I have you watch Lily that weekend? I'm just just to change subjects.
Chief signings. Who'd we get?
got a couple.
Do we like them?
I do. We got a couple. Actually, same last name: Damian Williams and Xavier Williams. Damian is a running back that played in Miami, and Xavier was a nose tackle from Arizona, but a local guy. Shout out to local guys again.
KC.
Grandview.
I did read that. Like, I saw a little blurb that said he used to be made fun of in the Cardinals locker room because he'd wear like Chief shit.
Yeah, he would have Chiefs shirts on, in the Cardinals locker room. Like, I think that's a big no-no. Like, you're not supposed to
Yeah.
do that. But you got like Shane Ray, who also a local guy, went to Bishop Miege, plays for the Denver Broncos. He's got a Chiefs and Royals tattoo, like on his arm or back or something. So it's like, I mean, that one he can't obviously take off. But
Yeah.
if
That
you
was
have
right after he got the right after he signed with the Broncos, and yeah, it was like a big thing around Denver about how he had this Chiefs and Royals tattoo. Did he have Missouri on it too?
he might have, I don't remember.
It was like a thing on his back or whatever, and like a bunch of people in Denver were like pissed because he did that.
I mean, I get it. I might be a little pissed if Marcus Peters, but hey, he's not on our team anymore. But if he had like an Oakland Raiders tattoo, because he's a big Raiders guy, like
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be pissed, but I'd be like, this dude has ulterior motives.
Yeah. For real.
He could have waited until after he wasn't there, after his career was over to get a tattoo like that. But
No, I'll represent KC 100%.
Yeah.
absolutely,
For real.
I'm
Fuck
dude.
it.
I wish he would become. I wish he would come back or to Kansas City and play for us.
But so yeah, back to the signings. The local guy, he told me, didn't tell me. I read.
You got inside sources.
Yeah, I got
bro?
inside sources. No,
Who are you hanging out without us?
Xavier Williams.
Who else?
No, but I read that his family is here since he grew up here, and they're like ecstatic. He's like, when I called and told my mom, like she couldn't like stop screaming for like 5 minutes, but like how excited she was.
Yeah,
so
dude.
that's really cool. Like having a guy that has the local tie, was a Chiefs fan growing up.
That doesn't happen very often.
No,
either.
it doesn't.
Well, he's
You know
living
what I
two
mean?
dreams. He made it to the NFL.
Yeah.
Check mark. Now
Now
he's
he's
playing for
playing for
his
his
childhood
team.
team. Yeah.
He was an undrafted rookie free agent, went to Northern Iowa, and then Cardinals picked him up, and he's this is his second contract, and it's a good contract for the Chiefs too, because the first year we only owe him like $750,000, and then the second year it's a 2-year deal. He makes like 2.1 mil, and then obviously we can sign him for more after that if we want to. But it's not like we were spending a lot and making it a big risk. And he's been last year was his most productive year so far in the league. So he's got the potential to be pretty good, and to do it in your hometown, man. That's nothing cooler than that.
Oh, that's just extra motivation there too. You're like, I'm
Homeboys.
playing at home. You know what I mean? I'm playing
Homeboy's just
at
living his
home.
best life.
They're gonna run that base nickel 3-4 defense. So he's going to be the primary run stopper, as long as if they might bring in Benny Logan again. I doubt it after they make this signing. But he's going to be the guy that's going to be tasked with stopping the run. And last year we had a little bit of a weak run defense. But again, we had a bunch of injuries at the end of last year. So
no Eric Berry didn't help that one at all.
right.
We had a bunch of pussies playing in the at cornerback as well.
Damn, going hard.
Well, in the inside now we got the Xavier Williams guy. You picked up Reggie Ragland for like a 5th round trade last year, and he played outstanding last year. And then
one more year in the system, he's going to be that much better.
And I'm brain farting here. What's the guy from Texas's name that we just signed?
From the Cowboys?
Cowboys, not Texas.
I'm
I'm blanking on it now too. But
this is why we need a producer to look stuff up.
to look it up for us.
Yes.
Speaking of,
Yes.
If you want to be a producer, hit us up. questions@brosouptime.com. Or if you know us, just hit us up on Facebook. You just have to show up, and you'll look up stuff, and we'll ask your opinion on things too. We need a
give you
female
cool
voice.
nickname.
Yeah, it comes with. We'll give you a koozie for free.
Ooh, koozie, free swag.
Shots, beers, whatever you want to drink while we're doing this.
Yeah.
There we go. I
There you
like
go.
But so I mean, one that I'm excited about
Is it
that.
Hitchens? No.
Hitchens.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
that. Nice.
But so we've
Maybe
got
we don't need
or
a
Hutchings.
producer.
Hutchings or Hitchens? God damn it!
It's Hitchens.
I don't know.
But
But
Hitchens today.
But so then we also got the running back from Miami, Damian Williams. A little nervous about that one. It does add depth, but he's got a shoulder injury, and he's going to be out most of the offseason. Can't do any workouts or anything. They think that he'll be ready for training camp, but they don't know. Kind of a weird stat on him as a running back. He has career more receiving yards than rushing yards, which is not normal for a running back. But
Well, he was their third down back a lot, and I think that's what they need because they're going to have Ware and they're going to have I can't
West.
think of the name.
Shart Kendrick.
No, I wasn't thinking of West. I was thinking of the starter,
Hunt.
Hunt. I don't even know if West is on the team this year.
Well, that's what they said. The article that I read is they don't know if they'll have a spot for West or not. Like he might do special team stuff, but they think this Damian Williams guy is going to be the number 3 back, and West is going to be kind of hurting for a role in the offense now. But
They need more of that scat back kind of situation because Ware and
scat back
and Hunt are so similar.
reminds me of Scat Man. I'm the Scat Man.
So is that all we got for Chiefs?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I can't think.
I'm excited for the season.
Yeah.
Draft's coming up soon. Don't have a first rounder, but
We got a season coming up of baseball. Home opener this week, right?
home opener Thursday.
Are you guys going?
I am not. I want to, but I can't.
I'm going to save that PTO for doing something crazy this summer.
I like that.
Plus
Well, hey,
the-
you know how much time left. The world's ending.
That's also
the
true.
18th.
I mean, maybe I should throw it
Go
all
for
in.
gold.
I've got the opening day tickets are just outrageously priced. I get it; it's first time baseball's been back since like September or November, whatever it is. But you can go the next day for like $10 as opposed to like $60 for opening day.
Especially
opening
this year.
weekend.
There's plenty of tickets that are going to be available for people to go buy at cheap prices this year.
How bad are we going to suck?
Oh, it's not going to. Well, actually, I don't think it's going to be as bad as what I had originally thought it was going to be based off of the signings they've made this year.
Yeah.
So far.
Moustakis is back too.
Moose is back. Lucas Duda, who's proven MLB starter, been in the league for a while.
And also helped us win a World Series.
Shout out to Lucas Duda for the World Series.
Thanks
Appreciate
for having
you.
a shitty arm.
Yeah. But you got John Jay, who played with the Cardinals for a while. They signed him for the outfield.
I thought that was a good signing. He keeps what's his name? He was going to play center field for us.
Bubba.
No, he's
Name's
been on the team
Orlando.
for a while. Orlando, yeah. What keeps him
Paulo.
from patrolling that outfield? He can stay at AAA.
Paulo Orlando. It's a good name.
So you
It's
guys
fun-
looking
it's fun
forward to
names.
it? Like it's
I mean, it's a lot. The highs are a lot higher than I thought it could be. I think the pitching staff is decent. The bullpen is awful. So if somehow they can piece something together there, which Dayton Moore has been able to do in the past, it seems that they could be respectable. I don't think it's going to be any kind of pushing for playoffs or anything like that. But
No.
I mean, it's going to be a decent product on the field, which I'm actually kind of upset about. I kind of wish we would just suck and just
Get that
start-
high draft pick. And
just start rebuilding.
I got a bet with a guy at work. It's a beer bet, case of beer bet. So if I have the over, he doesn't think we'll win more than 65 games this year. So 65 is a push. If they win 66 or more, I get a case of beer. If they 64 or less, he gets a case of beer. If we get 65 wins, that would just be a god awful season. I don't think that they'll
that's
have.
really bad. I don't think they're going to be that bad.
No.
The pitching staff's going to be too good unless something happens where we come out kind of hot and then just go real bad, but we still have some guys that are having decent seasons, and we just start dealing them away.
I think that's what happened with like Lucas Duda and just even Moose. You can at the trade deadline just you're not going to make it to the playoffs probably this year. So
With injuries like with the Dodgers, they had their third baseman Turner go down. They could ship Moose off because he's only on a 1-year deal. Danny Duffy's got and he starts having a good season. He's very valuable. A lefty that throws as hard as he does, and with a bunch of years contract wise.
he'd be so pissed if he got dealt.
Whit Merrifield.
Whit would be-
There's a lot of guys. They have some talent. Herrera in the bullpen, if he has a good year, those guys could all be dealt, and that could really push the team.
I need to start paying attention because you guys might as well be speaking Spanish.
For real, I don't know shit about baseball, man. I don't know. That's crazy.
I kind of just want us to suck. I would still support the
Yeah.
team if we sucked, as long as it
Oh
was going
yeah,
the
I
right
mean,
direction.
I'm always a fan.
I'm excited for
Period.
Buck Night.
Oh yeah,
Hot dogs for a
Always
buck.
a great
God
night.
damn right I'm there.
Let me tell you about something I'm excited for. You just brought up bets.
Oh, here we go.
So,
The Wheel of Pain.
the Wheel of Punishment.
Chill the fuck
Wheel
out.
of
Wheel
The Wheel of Punishment. Now, this is for all of us. We can start making bets on the show, and then the loser has to spin the wheel. I will go last.
Or it's also for motivation, obviously.
Yeah, or motivation to do something. You get a goal. You don't get your goal for that week. You got to spin the wheel. You got to do whatever the wheel says. So I'll go last. Ryan, do you have any ideas for the wheel? The wheel?
Yeah, since I'm going to be primarily the one that has the opportunities to spin it, I say
I don't know if
I
that's
say
true.
I
That's
say
not
one of the
true.
punishments is eat an entire Cinnabon.
I don't like that one.
I love that one. That's a great one.
That'll be a very small spot on there.
That one's going in the
very
trash.
small.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you
okay,
have-
you know
this is
what?
That's
We'll
gonna be like
sandwich
the-
right.
Jackpot on the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, the
like the
jackpot,
really
yeah.
tiny
It's like,
fucking
like the Wheel of
sliver
Fortune
that
where there's like
never,
bankrupt
yeah,
on one
yeah.
side and then 5,000,
Yep.
550,000
That's the
in the
one.
middle.
Yep.
whatever.
Well, let's change it from the Cinnabon then and do like some barbecue spot then. If we're gonna do that like sandwich thing.
Okay, I'm good with that.
All right.
Whatever. One.
You just want to say sandwich, didn't you?
Yeah.
But you realize this is for us, too. Because
Yeah, but
if
I'm the one that's weekly going to have to.
then do
the
what you
opportunity
say you're
to
going to
st-
do.
Yeah, you just
Well, I'm
gotta
going to
fucking-
obviously try. I'm going to give it my best shot, but nobody else at the table has any opportunity to spin it that week. It's just going to have to be me.
Well, we can start making bets every
Yeah,
single
every
week.
every week. There you go. Let's do it.
Whoa, hold on. I didn't agree.
Hey,
with
hey,
any of
see,
this.
see, apprehensiveness starts
I-
over when your name gets drawn for the goddamn wheel. Apprehensiveness takes over.
Whoa.
Okay. Do you have any, like, a real?
One that I would absolutely dread, specifically for me, but I'm looking around the room. I don't see too many people with long facial hair, but if I shave the beard for Dango Babyface, that would be a
Yep.
really big punishment for me.
That's
We could
on
flip
there.
it, and you have to grow a beard. For those of us that don't grow beards very often.
How
No,
long is
I
the growth
can't,
period
though.
for?
My
Well,
job.
some jobs-
Well, then,
My
even
job
worse, then you just
requires
have to be
shaved face.
patchy. Oh, you
Or,
can't work.
or you have to
Yeah.
spin it again.
Yeah, I'll
Spin
just
it
spin it
again.
again.
Like, I don't want to grow a beard. Like, this is as long as it's going to get for me because it starts getting itchy. And if I had to keep going, it would be irritating.
Okay, so let's do the. We'll combine it then. So if it's beard thing, it'll be me.
It's beard, no beard.
Or it could be just grow your hair out.
Grow your hair out.
Beard,
Oh, God.
Right? How much does that
That's
suck?
awful.
Well, it's not supposed to be fun.
I know it.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
You don't want long hair?
Picking up girls with this grows in terrible. My facial hair grows in awful. It's like pubic hair.
Girls isn't better than mine.
No, this
Mine
looks
is-
good.
yeah.
The stubble looks good. I ain't mad at it. But let it get a little bit longer. It gets patchy
Does it?
and it's dry. Like you
Yeah.
can just look at it and be like, that's not comfortable.
I get you some beard oil.
Yeah. I
And
know
a
a guy.
brush.
What about you, Eric?
Well, One of them was that I was sent. Actually, this is we already started getting some ideas. Some
Oh, I
people
like
have been
this.
Everybody
listening.
hates me.
I wouldn't say that, Ryan. They
You're making
love
this
you.
all about you.
Yes, this is for all of us. One was to have to go to a hot yoga session, which I've never done before.
I've never done it either.
That could be,
That'd be fun.
I don't know, gross and somewhat, I don't know.
I've
maybe
done yoga, but
beneficial.
never hot yoga.
Hot yoga. So another one was to do a rumple bomb, which is something we talked about last week or whatever. And I think we should take that a step further and actually do the shot that you and I almost did,
Yes.
where you drop the rumple in the Vegas bomb,
Oh, yes.
right? How
So what do we call
that
that? What do we call that?
a
Chills.
rumple bomb? Or
Thinking about that. That's disgusting.
Vegas bomb with penicillin.
What do you got, Jason?
I've got. So since we all play, or 3 of us play volleyball, no, 4 of us now, I guess. Anyway, the loser has to wear a Speedo with goggles and a swim cap to the match and play in it.
Will they allow you to wear that out there?
I think so.
I
I'm
mean,
pretty
girls do
sure.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's this one girl there
That's
that's
sexism as
It's
well.
2018, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Speedo's gonna look like a goddamn parachute.
or
Wait, what?
It's gonna be a big fucking Speedo.
Where it's
Like, I
like-
don't know.
Oceans of Fun or something.
Or
We
public
all
pool.
Yeah, go to a
public
public pool,
and you
get out
guys-
there. I already thought about it when you brought it up the first time. I'd go out there. I'd film it for sure. I'd film it.
I feel like you might just do
Yeah.
it anyways.
Yeah, I would be willing. And I just go out there and start stretching, and then just get in the pool. And you remember how I swim sometimes, and I make a lot of noise, and I slap the water. I'll just do that for 100 yards and back, and then get out
And
like
back? I don't even think we needed to go.
I don't
back.
know. I don't know if I
think
can
would be
make it.
Plenty of film on the way there.
Yeah, I probably couldn't make it back.
my
But I'll
God.
just do the swim, get out like I'm fucking Michael Phelps.
See, I would rather do that than do it at volleyball because there are so many fucking people at volleyball. every
Yeah.
week.
I'll show up to volleyball and just cheer you guys on
There
like
you
that.
go.
There we
Yes,
go. Oh, I like that.
Oh,
I
you can
like
write
that.
the team
I'll
name
be like
on
a
your
coach.
chest.
Yes,
I could
That'd be
shave the
awesome.
team name into my chest.
I like that. So I
The
got.
next one.
you
Oh,
got more?
I'm not done.
I like
yet.
it.
So you know how if you eat like a banana and then drink Sprite, it makes you
Oh,
throw
yeah.
up.
I see what you're saying.
That's a thing. I didn't know
That's
that was
real.
a thing.
Yeah.
That makes you throw up. It's like Epicac or Epicath, whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it. You gotta do
Using
that.
big words today.
You gotta do the cinnamon
The
spoon
cinnamon challenge?
Gallon of milk.
And I did the gallon of milk challenge.
Oh,
That's what I've
man.
come up
So
with.
you just want
thus
everybody
far.
to throw up.
Oh, what if you
I
what if you
swear
put them
it's funny.
together?
Oh,
Do it all at once.
Cinnamon,
oh, you can drink the
cinnamon
whole
mouth, and the gallon of
drink
milk.
the gallon of milk
God.
and then eat the cinnamon right after.
And someone
Oh,
taps you in the
God,
nuts.
you might die. You might fucking die.
So I got a couple. One of them's monetary. So there's usually 6 of us total.
Yeah.
You spin the wheel, you lose, you owe $100, 20 apiece to the other 5. Yeah.
Jason's not liking that one.
That's real motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real
But I
motivation.
mean, if you make a bet on
Well, then-
something,
And the-
Well, let's do another sandwich
Between
one
somebody
then.
else.
Everybody owes you $20.
oh, I'm not mad at that.
Ooh. But see, that's not a punishment, though. I
It's a
thought this
punishment
was
for everybody
will.
else for trying to be mean to you.
That's
You got
That's
to put a
kinda
little glimmer of hope in
counterproductive.
there.
yeah, I guess.
I got another one. Punched in the stomach.
Yeah, that one
You're going to catch a
Forgot about
right to the gut.
by a fucking MMA fighter.
Yeah, I know some people.
He's got a guy. He's got a couple.
He knows a
All
couple.
3 of you
people.
are looking at me when you're saying this shit.
Well, no, we're just talking
I'm
around
just
a
looking-
table.
I
that
was,
would
I
suck.
was,
Looking
I
at
was
him
totally
like-
looking at him. I
All
was-
3 of you are like fucking like I'm a goddamn piece of meat and you're drooling. Like yeah, this is gonna be fucking good. Watch that
Fine,
ripple
I'll
effect on
admit
his
it, I've
stomach.
always wanted to see Ryan get punched in the stomach. That's why I looked at him. It wasn't
damn.
because this is directed at you. I realized, like, when he said
Hey.
the volleyball thing, I was like, man, that would fucking suck. I would definitely
Yeah.
not want to do that. I
You
thought it,
gotta
but that
do
one,
it.
for some reason, the punch to the stomach thing, I don't know why, but I thought it would be good. And I apologize.
Christ.
But
Well, you're
I
really
don't
not going
want
to
to
like.
see you get hurt. I'm just saying.
You're really not going to like the next
It's
one.
good.
Full body wax.
Yes.
Nah,
dude,
let's not do a
full.
full-
No.
No.
Dude. Full.
It's for everybody.
Let's
fully.
it could be there. We could put this. We need to fill up the wheel, so it can be different spots. You know, get your legs waxed, get your chest waxed, get
Get,
the old butthole waxed,
The
and bleach
Brazilian.
nostrils.
That's
Can
a
you
thing,
wax?
yeah.
Is it
Weak.
really?
They did it. They did it on one of the sports talk shows last.
I feel like he's
Last
making
year.
this up to have a
Gotta
weak ass
get a
punishment.
Brazilian.
Right? That would be.
Are you kidding? A weak ass punishment? Waxing your nostrils?
Oh.
Just sticking a Q-tip of wax up there, then ripping it out.
Well, I've pulled out like 5 at one time before.
So-
I
that
do it
would
on
hurt.
purpose sometimes because it makes you sneeze.
All right. What are you guys watching?
Oh, armpit waxing.
Oh,
that's
jeez.
yeah.
Dude.
There's a video of me getting that
Yeah.
done.
It's actually on the intro.
Yeah, it's
too.
on the
Yeah, it's actually on the video intro.
You're just like, oh wow.
If you guys want to see Eric get
Tell what you
his,
said.
I was bleeding for like a whole day after that. That was.
if you want to see Eric get his armpit wax, you can either just watch one of these videos. It's in the intro, or you can go to our Facebook page at Bro Soup Time. Search, look in the videos, and that whole video's there with sound and everything.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I wanted that out there.
wow.
Oh wow.
It was not. Well, it's because everybody else was getting waxed. I'm not sure why mine was the only video that ended up out there. But I had
I was
just
getting my
shaved
back
my
waxed.
chest, and so I had a lack of options. And I was like, "You guys are being pussies. Let me show you how it's done." That hurt.
Yeah. The Rumple was talking that night.
Yeah. Loud
So let's
and
go around
clear.
the table. Let us know what you guys are watching, Netflix or otherwise, on anything.
I don't. I'm not. See, I'm a weird guy. I don't watch a lot of Netflix stuff. I just got done watching Moana. Shout out to Moana.
That was a good one.
My niece is like all into it, and she keeps making references to it. So I was like, I should probably watch this. Be a good uncle. But I'm a big like Discovery Channel guy, so I watch like the Gold Rush shows, the Naked and Afraid. But the one that I've really been getting into lately is the Unsolved, the Biggie and Tupac murders.
Yes.
I know most of it's a lot of the stuff in there is true, and they do say that they like embellish some of the characters or some of the different things to kind of like make a story. I get, but some of the stuff in there is like it's pretty damn entertaining and like trying to figure out who did it. And I know we've talked about this on a previous podcast, but there's like 5 or 6 people out there that legitimately probably know what happened, and nobody's coming forward to say anything. Like that's just it's just I'm a big like into the crime scene shows and First 48, that sort of stuff. So
yeah, that's a badass show. I've been watching it with him.
I blame Suge Knight. It was obviously Suge Knight.
Let's
should
go.
hit everything.
What about you, E? What you watching?
I do watch Netflix every once in a while. I got to do something at work. So obviously I've been watching Entourage a lot lately, but that's on Amazon. But some of the shows on Netflix I generally watch are like the Ranch. I don't know if you guys.
Oh,
That's a
love
good
The Ranch.
one.
I watch it religiously. That's one of the only ones that I'll literally it comes out and it's done by the weekend.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'll
I
watch
do
it
the same
just
thing.
straight through, and it goes by way too fast because their seasons are like split up too. And then I'm a big Blacklist guy. Like I love
That's
that
a good
show.
move. That's a good show too.
I
love
tried
that
it. You
show.
guys tried to get me into it, and I just couldn't do it.
The first one started out a little slow, but once you actually like get into it, like it's
It builds the main characters up so
Right.
much. It makes me want to get involved in the underbelly of crime. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna start drinking scotch. It's just because I feel like you got to
wearing a
drink
black
scotch.
trench coat
Yeah,
and a
I-
hat.
Exactly. I feel like that's what you got to do. So I'm starting with scotch, and then and then working my way up, finding into the black market deals and things like that. I want to figure that out because he makes it seem so fucking cool.
speaking of. So going back to the ranch, do we know what they're gonna do with Danny Masterson on that? Because
They wrote him out.
did they just he's dead now, or like are they gonna?
I'm sure it's something him and Dad got in a fight, and so he moved away. It's not like they're gonna kill him, because then at some point maybe they bring him back when after
Everything
trial or
cools down.
whatever. Yeah, something. I mean, he was one of the main people. He's one of the Ashton Kutcher's best friends. So I'm assuming that he didn't want anything to do with that. Did you just snap me right in front
Sure
of me?
did. Sure did. Sending out, making sure everybody listens to Bro Soup Time.
So, well, yeah, we'll see what happens with that whole Danny Masterson situation. What about you, Jason? What you got?
Started watching Wild Wild Country, which is about these hippies that lived in India and they moved to the middle of nowhere, Oregon, to a town called Antelope. They buy like 80,000 acres and had this idea of building this like utopia, in Oregon of just love and you know what I mean. Like it's wild, and then it's about the people that live there. There's only like 50.
Well, it's a
people.
cult, right?
Well, that's what they say, but I don't know.
I've seen
I guess
other
it is kind
documentaries
of a
about
cult.
it, but it's
Yes,
pretty
it
interesting.
is a cult, but yeah, and it's just been like the redneck people up there that are just living out their days. You know what I mean? Looking at the cool Oregon backcountry, hate it. They hate it. They absolutely hate all these free loving hippies coming and like taking over. That's pretty much what it is the battle between the state and these people that did a lot of legal shit, but they don't believe that they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They don't think they did anything wrong.
No, they didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't watch that, and then Bright. Have you watched Bright? on
Bright is the
Netflix?
shit. If you hear
Like-
people talk shit
Is that the one
about
with
it,
Will Smith?
Yeah,
it is amazing.
I remember watching
Oh,
the
yeah.
trailer for it, and I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And then I watched this actually pretty good movie, but I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to say though. What the message is trying to be, because there's a lot of
I'm not
like,
looking into it like that.
politicalness,
I'm just
like,
saying it's a
you
good action
know,
movie.
The rich race, and then the humans are kind of like the middle class race, and then
There's them elves or whatever
That-
the fuck
yeah.
they
and
are.
the orcs
That
are
was a
like
good- I
the
was surprised.
fucking
That was a good
third
movie.
class.
I liked it.
lower
Yeah, I
class.
thought
It took me
was over-
forever to watch it too, because I
Yeah.
kept saying I was like, and I would just skip over and like, I'll watch it at some point. And finally watched it. I was like, man, I should
Yeah,
watch
it
that
was
a long
fucking
time
I need to
good.
watch it. I haven't seen any of it
Yeah,
yet.
it's pretty good. Well, right now I'm watching the Santa Clarita Diet.
Is it good?
Drew Barrymore.
Dude, yeah, with Drew Barrymore
Okay.
and Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, whatever.
Dude, it's
I know.
good.
Is it really?
It's weird. It's weird as shit.
Because she's like a zombie, isn't she?
Essentially,
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, she just this is not a spoiler or anything. She gets sick in the very first episode and she throws up. Like they're a husband and wife realtor team. She throws up during a showing. She goes, "I'm gonna go take care of this and go to the bathroom. You show him the rest of the house." He's walking around, I really like the crown molding in this room. And then you just hear, they leave. He goes checks on her. And now she's in the bathroom, but it's floor to ceiling covered in vomit. And she's passed out against the wall. He goes up to her and checks her pulse. And you can see in his face oh shit, she's dead. And he grabs her and he starts crying. Then she comes alive. And then now she's a zombie pretty much. She doesn't have a pulse.
Yeah.
The next day she realizes, I don't have a pulse. Hey, look, I can cut my hand and squeeze my hand and this tar comes out. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And she starts eating raw meat.
Yeah. That's the
It's
thing.
it's
I thought it was like people.
I thought it was it moves to that.
Okay.
But it starts off. I mean, it's obviously real weird and creepy. I thought it was gonna be like a serious show where they end up having to kill people.
Yeah.
Or something. I thought it was like a serious deal. You get there, no, it's like it's comedy.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's an entertaining show. And I finished, gotta have something to do at work, so I finished season 1 pretty quick. On Friday, season 2 came out. Finished it Friday.
Wow.
Things got real.
Damn.
Damn, that's
Drew
impressive.
Barrymore makes my penis go meh.
In the right light, though.
In the right light, yeah, but
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you.
Meh.
I always think of E.T., so I don't know.
Well, while we're talking about fucking
She was in
celebrities,
E.T.
Oh, I know, but it's just
while we're talking about fucking celebrities, that brings us to the close of the show, and we like to close out the show with a little game we call FMK: Fuck, Marry, Kill. On today's show, daytime talk show hosts.
This is hosts.
hostesses.
So we're gonna go Ellen, Oprah, Rosie. You gotta fuck one, marry one, kill one. Ryan, go.
Rosie's dead.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
that's the very first thing I'm doing. Fucking Ellen marrying Oprah for that money.
All about that
Yeah.
money.
If
Marrying
you
for
don't
that
marry
money.
Oprah, you'd fucking retarded.
I didn't even think about the
Excuse
money
me,
part.
you're
Straight
stupid.
cash, homie.
Fucking-
Yeah, I mean,
she's a billionaire. She's
Ellen probably is the hottest one of them. Of
Yeah,
this group.
I was gonna marry Ellen, but then I didn't factor in the
Well,
money.
Ellen's got some money now too, so
Yeah.
she
She
doesn't
she
have.
does, but
she doesn't have Oprah.
she's not Oprah rich yet.
Here's why I want to marry Oprah, because at some point she's probably gonna be in the White House, and I want to be the first man ever.
Yeah, it could be
There you
this
go,
next,
let's go.
next
So-
election, people.
So,
Gotta
yeah, so
hope not.
bye,
I
Rosie.
really hope
I
not.
mean,
Yeah, I hope not either.
I'm just saying it's a possibility. I mean, so yeah,
You're
fuck
gonna
Ellen. Marry
you're
Oprah.
gonna- Okay, and
So I can be the
you're
first
killing
man.
Rosie.
Same exact thing. Marry Oprah.
Really?
This
fuck
was an
Ellen.
eventful one so
Yeah.
far.
Well, this isn't
Get rid
fun.
of Miss Rosie.
This isn't fun.
you
I
do-
said we
once you
needed to
said
probably
Rosie,
throw
ev-
Rosie.
Once you
'cause it
said
was still-
Rosie, everybody was like, "Nah, fuck that bitch. She's dead."
Yeah, because I'm gonna marry Ellen, fuck
She's
Oprah,
annoying.
kill Rosie.
I couldn't think of any other daytime people. We could have thrown a different one in there.
Jenny Jones.
Love Jenny Jones.
Still killing her.
Who's the other one? Ricky Lake.
Jenny Jones,
Maury.
Ricky Lake, and Sally Jesse.
See, I
Sally
feel like
Jesse
Maury might
Raphael.
make it more interesting. I might.
Okay, let's go. No, here we
I'm
go.
joking.
We're
I'm still
going
killing
Jerry
Maury.
Springer, Maury, and Steve. Steve Wilkos. Got to fuck one, marry one, kill one. Let's go.
What? No. No,
All
Let's
right.
save that for next week.
All right, that's the show, everybody.
I do
You
have
think-
a quick shout out for us for doing such a good job this week and not talking about poop one time.
Well,
So proud
kind of
of you.
ruined
I
that.
did have a poop story, but I held back. And
See, but, I mean, it's at
No
the end of
poop,
it.
sorry.
And
That's what you were
Jason
looking for.
didn't take a bathroom break the whole time either.
Jason,
I didn't
Well done,
last
Jason.
time either.
I'm so
yes,
proud
you
of you.
did.
I thought
We
I
had to
was-
end because you had to take a bathroom
He's
break.
squealing. He's
Bravo,
squirming.
Jason.
talking
We are
for a
becoming
while, though,
way
so.
better at this, is all I'm saying.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, thanks for fuxing with us. Be sure to go listen to Mercer on Fire. That came out on Monday. This will come out on Wednesday. Thanks for sticking around. Check us out on Facebook, @BroSoupTime, Instagram, @BroSoupTime. And we love you. Bye.